Hello, everyone. It's time for Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 461, season 19. Today's date is August 3rd, 2025, and welcome to the program. Yes, I'm back again. And to my Greek friends and family, kalos ήρθατε, γεια σας. That means welcome and hello. And στις υγείας σας, to your health and mine. On today's program, I'm going to, excuse me, coughing again. Sorry. On today's program, I'm going to discuss a wonderful product that I remembered from the 1970s. It's Bub's Daddy Bubblegum. And I will talk about the history of that and my memories of this delicious thing. Still miss it. Also, I'll read off a menu from the Stockyard Inn restaurant that was located in the south side of Chicago, right near International Amphitheater. This will be interesting. Before I get started, the program will go into commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Earthborn Shampoo. And here's a commercial from 1977. And I remember this product very well. I used to see the commercials all the time when I was growing up. So sit back and relax, and let's go back to the disco age to the 1970s for Earthborn Shampoo. And I'll be right back with the show, folks. Thank you.
I like things clean and simple in my life and on my hair. Earthborn's the only thing I use to make things natural there.
All I use is Earthborn shampoo, non-alkaline and low pH for a more natural cleaning condition. Clean and simple.
Yes, Earthborn is the only thing I trust upon my curls. When it gets clean down to basics, I'm a down-to-earth girl.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Earthborn Shampoo. I remember this very well. And I don't know if guys use this shampoo. I think my mother bought this once for herself. And then, I remember the wacky package. It was called Earth Barn. And I have the sticker right in front of me, and it's like Earth Barn Natural PU Balance Shampoo, Barnyard Essence. That's funny. So this came out maybe 74, 70, earlier than that, 73, 74, around there. And it came in different kinds of fragrances. There was... there was strawberry, green apple, apricot, and avocado. Yeah. And if you heard the commercial from 1977, that's from a YouTube video. It's like a woman, she's out in the woods, I don't know, hiking, camping, and she's saying, "Oh, my hair is beautiful," and she's waving in the wind. That's kind of funny like that. And it reminds me of Herbal Essence shampoo. Do you remember that? It came in a green bottle. That was from Clairol. Like that. Okay. Earthborn shampoo, I don't think it's around anymore. Nah, I think it's gone. It went bye-bye. Okay. At the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about my memories of Bub's Daddy's Bubblegum, or gum, from the 1970s. And also I will talk about the Stockyard Inn that was located in the south side of Chicago near the International Amphitheater. It was on Halsted Street. Before I get started, I'll mention a couple of things. One, let's see. Well, no, I don't really have much to say, so health-wise, I'm doing okay. Next chemo is the 11th of August, and I will see my urologist on the 14th. I have this problem. I'll discuss it with them. I might have surgery, maybe. I don't know. It's not serious. So we'll see about that. And see what else. Nothing so far. It's funny because I posted this yesterday. I mentioned that the reason I like having this convent in Chicago is to find obscure and things that were long forgotten. Like we forgot all about them, but they do exist. And I love searching for topics like that to post and to talk about on my podcast. It's funny. I read one comment. It was so funny. I thought it was funny. I don't mean to be, facetious. The guy says, "I lived here all my life and I never heard of Bill Knapp's restaurant." Well, I don't know where he lived at the time or where he lives now, but they did exist. They were there. They had 5 locations. Mostly it was on the north side, south side. Maybe it was the south sider, I guess. So, but it'd be funny. I remember one guy a long time ago. He commented, about, I don't know, it was some restaurant, and some people remembered it was located on the northwest side of Chicago. And the guy goes, "Oh, I lived there, and I don't remember it." That's what he said. Well. Maybe you didn't notice. There were places when I was growing up I forgot all about or never knew, and I still discover places like that, which is fascinating. You'd be amazed. Okay, so right now I'm going to talk about Bub's Daddy Bubblegum. Oh, I got a message from a friend of mine. Actually, he's my dentist. And I went to school with him, and he says, "Why don't you talk about Bub's Daddy Bubblegum?" And I said, "Yeah, I will talk about that." Okay, that's a great. And I said, "Thank you." So he's pleased. I'm pleased. We're all pleased, like that. So let's see. This bubblegum, I'll give you a brief history. Well, let me tell you the flavors that came in. Okay, and so it came in fruit, red hot, cherry, apple, and grape flavors, and of course watermelon. And they were kind of skinny. I remember the watermelon or the bubblegum. It looked like green beans to me, like long green beans like that. That was kind of cool, like that. So let me get the history real quick, and I will tell you. There we are. Okay, here we go. It was created in the 1940s. It were by 2 men. Their names were Douglas Thomas and Don Wiener, and they created the first individually wrapped bubble gum, according to this website, and they call it Bub's Daddy. I don't know where they got the name. And it was wrapped in wax paper, and it sold for 5 cents. This is in the 40s. 5 cents was kind of expensive. And there was competition down the road. Remember, there was Bazooka, still around. Double Bubble, I think it's still around. I haven't seen it in a while. And what they did? It was 5 cents, but with the competition, they were forced to drop the price to 1 penny. And it worked, and it became very successful, like that. And then there was, let's see what else. Oh, okay. So it became popular. Then during the 60s and 70s, Bub's Daddy evolved into something very special. It came in a long rope-like sticks of bubblegum, about 16 inches. Okay, and that was a big hit. And this is where I first saw this bubblegum, mostly in the early 70s, maybe the late 60s, when I was maybe about 6 or 7 years old. And let's see what else. Then, so my memories of this Probably when I lived in the Roseland neighborhood in the early 1970s, I used to see the candy. I probably saw it at Gately's People Store. Also, department store, 112th in Michigan. Also at E&P, that was on 112th Street, a little west of Michigan. It was on the right side of the street. My mom shopped there all the time. Also at National Foods, that was down at 115th. It was in that plaza, Roseland Plaza, that is, excuse me. And also at the Coven drugstore, like that. Of course, there was Walgreens on the corner on 111th Street. Then when the family and I moved to Ashburn in 1974, I used to buy my candy at the corner of Edwards Drugstore. That was on 79th and Hamlin. Over there, right across from near Bogan High School, where I graduated. And also at Crestline Pharmacy. That was at 79th and Pulaski. It was a little shopping center like that. That shopping center is gone. It's gone. I'm going to talk about that one day. I'll talk about my memories of that particular corner. They tore that down. They tore that plaza down. There was Barnaby's Pizza. There was the Crestline Pharmacy. I think there was a currency exchange. I don't know what else. Then it became a BP gas station. Now they got rid of that, and now it's an empty lot. As far as I know, I haven't been down there in a while. Across the street was White Castle's. They closed that last year. I was so disappointed. I went there on the last weekend before they shut it down, and they tore it down. And now they opened a Mexican fast food place called Pollo Campero, something like that. I saw the grand opening like that, and they showed the food. There was a video on Facebook like that. Anyway, back to Bub's Daddy bubble gum or gum. I remember seeing these at the drugstores, and they were long. I tried one of them. My favorite flavor was bubble gum. Apple, I'm not crazy about. Watermelon, I don't like watermelon. I like watermelon, the fruit itself, but not on gum. Tastes funny to me, like that. Red Hot, no, not for me, like that. Then it lasted about, I don't know when it stopped, to tell you the truth. I have no idea. No clue. Probably in the 90s or something like that. And it was bought by Ferrera Candy. You've heard of that? That's a Chicago-based factory like that. They also made Super Bubble. Remember Super Bubble like that? And they stopped that also with Fruit Strike Gum. Remember Fruit Strike Gum? And that ended about a year and a half ago. It was gone. Another favorite memory of mine is like I would buy one long Bub's Daddy bubble gum, split with my brothers. I asked one of my brothers, he doesn't really remember it, but he vaguely remembers, like my other brother did. And also at school, you're not supposed to bring gum at school, the school I went to. So that was that. Then, but that was a great memory. When I posted this yesterday, or I've seen this, it's a very popular topic because people loved that gum when they were kids. And they wish they bring it back, And one guy's commented on Facebook saying, the classic candy from the 1970s is Bub's Daddy gum and Marathon Bar, which I totally agree. I really do. I agree with that. There's no doubt about it. I still chew gum. Bubble gum, not really. I'm in my 60s, so. But I try to watch the sugar, so I get sugarless. So I have that. Okay. Right now, I'm going to take a quick break, and then when I come back, I will talk about the Stockyard Inn restaurant that was located on the south side of Chicago. I'll give you its history, and I have a menu from that place. Yeah, and this menu is from 1965. It'd be excuse me, it'd be very interesting. I'm tongue-tied. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry about that. Okay, so sit back and relax, and I'll be right back with the rest of the show, folks. Thank you.
What is it about the owners of the AMC Pacer wagon that sets them apart?
My Pacer really makes heads turn. Plus, inside there's room you'd expect in a bigger car. Smart.
Rack and pinion steering, wide track, both on my Pacer wagon. Smart.
The short hood makes parking a snap. And I love the rear hatch and all the room in my wide Pacer. Smart.
The AMC Pacer wagon. It's big inside where it counts, and that makes its owners
Smart.
Okay, everyone, I am back. Took a quick break. I hope you liked the commercial. Right now, I'm going to talk about the Stockyard Inn restaurant. Now, this opened in the 1930s, I believe, near the Union Stockyards. They were located at 43rd, 42nd Street in South Halsted, near the Canaryville neighborhood. This was near the International Amphitheater. A couple of people have requested, can you talk about the International Amphitheater? And I said, yeah, someday I will. Because that's a huge deal like that. Excuse me. So the Stockyard Inn, it hosted popular restaurants like the Sirloin Room and the Saddle and Sirloin Club. The address was 4178 South Halsted Street, and it looked like it was a Tudor style. The architecture of the place, and it looks gorgeous. I wish I've seen it. I wish I went there, but unfortunately, no, didn't happen. And excuse me. So, according to sources, it was a very good restaurant. Had wonderful food, of course. And let's see what else. Tell you what I found. Okay. So, the Sirloin Room. This is what you did when you entered the room. The restaurant, you would pick, customers would pick their own steaks, which sounds to me like Gibson's. I went there a few months ago, that is, and branding their initials into the meat with a hot iron. I never knew that. That way you can verify that the cooked steak was indeed you selected. That's not a bad idea. That sounds wonderful. Now, the Saddle and Sirloin Club hosted a picture gallery of famed agricultural figures, and they had a room called the Matador Room that boasted a huge collection of bullfighting memorabilia. I wonder what they did with all that, And they had famous guests, including presidents that... let's see. So, like, for example, they had Roosevelt, Coolidge, Hoover, Truman, Eisenhower, and Kennedy. Wow. And they had that. Unfortunately, the Stockyards were closed in 1971. And also, the Stockyard Inn closed. And so that's a shame because it tried to lure people in. It didn't work, And sometimes when the International Amphitheater had concerts or conventions and they were hungry, they would just go right to the Stockyard Inn like that. And the restaurant remained vacant until 1977, and then they demolished in January of that year. So that's a shame. So at the present time, it's an empty lot. So I checked Google Maps, and it's gone. That area has changed so much. It really has. They have new housing, what looks very nice. A lot of empty lots, but there's some factories there, and the Union Stockyards right there. The entrance is still there, the famous entrance. If you Google it, you can see it like that. But No more. No more. Okay. Right now, I'm going to read off a menu from, of course, the Stockyard Inn. So I'm going to bring it up right now, and this will be fun. Here we go. Okay. So let's see what we got here. All right. Appetizers. Oh, by the way, this menu is from 1965, and this menu I found, it's for their 100th anniversary. I guess it's not the restaurant. I think it's the Stockyards. That's what I'm thinking. I think like I said before, the restaurant opened in the 1930s. So here we go. Appetizers. Alaskan king crab meat cocktail, shrimp cocktail supreme, sirloin room special, marinade or beef slices, and marinated herring. Soups, they had onion soup and soup du jour and vichyssoise. The soups were 50 cents for a bowl, 30 cents for a cup. And this is 1965. Vichyssoise was 50 cents. Vichyssoise, if you don't know what that is, that's cold potato soup. Never had it. I've had potato soup, but not cold. No. Salads a la carte. They had the sirloin room salad. It's fresh, tender greens flavored with chopped chives, garnished with tomato, anchovy, and grated egg yolk, blended with your choice of dressing. Also asked for the sirloin room special salad dressing. I don't know what that was. That sounded good. They had the Kentucky limestone salad. It's a lighter salad of crisp young Bibb leaves. So famous with our special sirloin room dressing. You will like it with any dressing of your choice. Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. Gonna drink some water. Also, if you wanted Roquefort dressing, that's fine. Okay. Aged prime steaks. They had the sirloin room special. That's a 16-ounce bone and sirloin, selected for tenderness. Sirloin room special for two, twice the life, sliced at your table. So if you brought your date or your wife, your husband, that's your meal. Sirloin a la minute. So that's like a minute steak. That's 12 ounces. It's boneless. Saddle and sirloin. It's served at renowned Saddle and Sirloin Club. Boneless and extra age, especially trim. Postilion tenderloin steaks. That's a 10-ounce filet mignon, and also for a steak for two. And that's a 20-ounce Chateaubriand cut. A gourmet treasure. That's according to the menu. Tenderloin a la minute. It's a minute steak, but it's a filet mignon. And classical wine sauce served with all steaks if desired. Okay. Underneath that, it says more sirloin room favorites. There was roast prime rib of beef, corn-fed, with just the right amount of marbling. Chopped round steak, that was 10 ounces. Lamb chops, either two single or one double. You get wrapped in bacon, served with mint. Grilled pork chops, the same thing, double or two singles, served with apple rings. Broiled African lobster tail, served with melted butter and lemon wedges. And broiled English Dover sole from Denmark's Skagerrak. Can't speak Danish. Okay. And sandwiches, they had prime tenderloin steak sandwich, served with french fries and a tomato wedge. Hot or cold prime rib sandwich with fluffy whipped potatoes or potato salad. And Saddle and Sirloin Club, that's marinated roast beef slices, crisp bacon, tomato slices, and it's a double-decker. The side orders were French fried potatoes, French fried onion rings, French cut string beans, amadine, vegetable du jour or bacon jacket potato, sirloin room dinner salad, and assorted dinner rolls. Oh, I love that. That sounds good. They showed Friday. This is Friday's menu. They had soup. They had Manhattan clam chowder, broiled fresh lake trout served with lemon butter sauce, roast loin of beef, strip ends au jus, breaded pork chop, glazed peach, omelette fresh mushrooms, assorted fruit plate with sherbet, And your choice of side dishes, Anna potatoes, butter corn, mashed potatoes, braised celery, cottage cheese, and pineapple salad, and also jelly mold, rolls, butter, and a beverage. And that dessert is old-fashioned strawberry shortcake. Okay. Now, I got the desserts, so I'll bring them right up, and I will tell you. This will be fun. Okay. Desserts, they have fresh pies, layer cake, pie a la mode, cake a la mode, parfait, pastries, creme de menthe parfait, sherbet, half grapefruit. Beverages, they had coffee, also served in a pot, iced beverages, probably, Coke, Pepsi Cola, 7-Up, milk, tea, decaffeinated coffee, and after dinner, they had aperitifs. They had selected cognacs, Stinger, Sidecar, Alexander, probably brandy Alexander, Benedictine and brandy, cherry, Hearing and brandy, and Drabuet Scotch liqueur. They probably serve beer there too as well. Okay. So that's it. That's it for this menu. That sounded absolutely wonderful. I like that part where you select what steak you'd like, and it's just like Gibson's Steakhouse, but you brand you brand it like that, like your initials, and they let you do, and the waiters let you do that. It's kind of cool. When I went to Gibson's and I selected a steak, I want this one. That's what I did. I didn't brand it or anything like that. I had a good time over there. Okay, so that's it for this show. I'll do a recap of what I talked about. I talked about Bub Daddy's gum, my memories of that from the 1970s. Also, I read a menu from the Stockyard Inn that was located at 4178 South Halsted Street in Chicago. I think it's in the Canaryville neighborhood, right near the Union Stockyards and the International Amphitheater. This podcast will be published later on today, wherever podcasts are available, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Breaker, Overcast, Good Pods, Podbean. If you have those apps on your phones or your tablets, tap on those, tap follow. You will receive a notification. All the episodes are there. If you'd like, you can do this on your desktop. If you have CarPlay on your phone, you can listen to Spotify. I don't know about other apps. Maybe you can listen to me while you're driving, if you'd like. Let's see what else. Oh, yeah, and you can stream it on your TV. If you have Spotify or you have YouTube, you can listen at the convenience of your home, just lying down on a couch and relaxing. Also be posted on my blog, www.vanchicagoland.blog. All the episodes are there. I think you believe you can sign up with your email. You receive a notification. Also, it's on my YouTube channel, and again and again and again, people still ask me. A few people asked me yesterday, and I responded and told them you can listen to my podcast on YouTube. It's very easy. Just do a search in YouTube, either Van Chicago Land Stories or Picastanas. Click subscribe. Doesn't cost anything. You can listen. You receive a notification of the latest episode. You can listen to previous episodes. They're all there. Help yourself. Also, will be shared on my social media accounts: Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Reddit, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and Blue Sky. Okay, that was fun. I hope you enjoy. Pardon me. Excuse me for the coughing. I got something stuck in my throat. I hate that. It's in the morning. So, this is Pete Costanz, your host for Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. Today is a lovely day just to go out and enjoy it. I'm going to take it easy. To be honest, I'm doing another jigsaw puzzle. I'm waiting for a new one coming tomorrow. So, everyone enjoy your day. And here's bye-bye for me. And here is our favorite person in the whole wide world, the Chicago legend, Ray Rayner, with his traveling music saying bye, bye, bye. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.